Alrighty, so now that you have your patient in the Snyder unit, there's a couple things that need to be done. The first is you still need to continue to monitor both the oxygen level in the cage and temperature, humidity, and the carbon dioxide level. So we'll start with the carbon dioxide level. We have alarms set on this one so that if it gets to be over 3,000 parts per million, it will alarm. That's a typical indicator that the soda lime needs to be changed. The alarm delay is set for 2 minutes. Occasionally it'll get high if the patient is breathing into the vent, but very rarely. Also, if the carbon dioxide drops to 0, you should check your patient to make sure they're still breathing. So if you go over here to main, the next thing you worry about is your oxygen. So your high set point is 40, the low is automatically 2% less. Once it gets to that low, so it should alarm. If not, you heard the machine kick back on to try to boost the concentration again. And then finally, it's important to maintain humidity relatively low. The higher the humidity, the harder it is for your patient to breathe. So we aim for humidity no greater than 50% and close to your temperature. If the humidity gets too high, you can run a dehumidify cycle in here. The dehumidify cycle has to be run by you, and it runs for 4 minutes before it clicks off. It uses more oxygen to dehumidify, and it also sucks oxygen out of the containers, so you really should only run the dehumidify cycles for a brief period of time and then put it back to climate control. While going, double check that your flow meter doesn't get bumped. Occasionally it can get bumped and run loose. For your patient that's in here, there are several ports that are available for you to thread your patient care items through. So like if you have your SpO2 monitor, you can hook it up to your patient and then take the cord itself, remove this red cap. Please place them on the top so we don't lose them, they're vital. And then you can just push it through the port here and attach it to your patient like this. And you just attach to your little frog, and then it stays in place there. The next thing that we have is for your fluids. If you're taller than I am, you can place them here. Again, we have a red cap dead center up here that you can use to thread your fluids through the hole to your patient if needed. So it just depends on what individual items your patient needs. But there are ports for that, because if you take and put anything through the door, it will be crushed and unusable. Okay, so now your patient's getting his fluids. He's maintained in there. And then like usual, make sure you clean out your potty pads. You can use Kenasol on all dark colored surfaces, so the gray surfaces. Any of these clear surfaces, you must use the Zep cleaner, or otherwise you'll discolor the acrylic and make it brittle. Alrighty.